Hello and welcome back to Colonial Kerbals. In the last episode, you remember I just got back from my trip out to Mun with Barkin. That completed our first ever Mooner landing. Now comes the next step in the Space Agency's program. Well, we have this satellite out here, floating mysteriously in orbit. The Kerbal Science Agency has decided to launch Project WatchTower. For this, though, we're only going to send up a single Kerbal for now, until it is completed. As you can see, it's 115 parts in 2 stages. That's kind of a scary amount of parts. It also will be costing us nearly 300,000 funds. So it is quite a very expensive ship to launch, and we will be recovering none of this money back. So we will have to do other missions in order to bring this back up to being cost effective. But I think in later missions it'll start to pay for itself. So with that, let's go ahead and load. As you can see, let me back out a little bit. So far, there's really nothing except for boosters. Lots of boosters. And now we start seeing the fruit of it. And we're still not there yet. We're still not there. Oh, there we are. We're at the very top. Now, like I said, this is just the first section of the space station. Consists of a Kerbitat, a aeroponics area, as well as the control center. There's still more parts yet to be put onto this. Right now, it's not self-sustaining. So as you can see, I have 2 hex cans. One containing life support, and one for waste product. And there is a reason why I went with this setup versus not having it. There's also batteries, but as you can see, you cannot see them. That's because I've hidden them under this cover here. Makes it quite interesting how easy that actually was. I didn't think it would work. The other thing I was trying to do was make a ladder system that'd go and connect, but it didn't work out the way I wanted to. I tried different types of ladders in different configurations, but it didn't quite pan out. I even tried putting one here that'd come down, hook to here, but I ended up getting caught whenever the Kerbal would come back through. So what in the end I decided to do was, they're going to just EVA out anyways, so they can just EVA down, hook onto the ladder, and then climb in. It makes more sense. This will also have a Science Bay cleanout area. I couldn't figure out how to fix this either. I wanted to have docking port here, but I just couldn't get it to work the way I wanted to kind of eliminate the gap there. As well as I wanted to probe on this section for a different reason. So there's a bit of a gap because the only probes I have are this one here and this one here. So there is a little bit of a gap. It's not too terribly bad. But we're not sending up Jebediah, Bill, or Bob. No, we are sending up Dungan. He is going to be our station operator. He's going to be manning this thing for the next quite a long time. As you can see, got 147 days worth of supplies with our current crew. 21 days with a max crew. But we're not going to have a max crew just yet. So this should be fine. We've got 86 days worth of waste that we can collect. But some of this can actually be recycled into water and, I believe, oxygen at a later date. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get off the pad and launch it. Because I've babbled on for about 5 minutes now just about the ship. Almost 5.5 minutes. There's no science on this craft whatsoever. And as you can see, it is very, very massive. In fact, this stage up here is actually longer than this entire launch stage. But in 3, 2, 1. Notice I'm only launching at half throttle, and that's because that's really all this needs. Got lots of battery life, because each section here holds battery charge. And I did set this up for asparagus staging. So hopefully this will go off without a hitch. I think I'm just going to cut unless something exciting happens until we're about in orbit. So I'll see you guys up there. Okay, I thought I'd bring you back and show you. We're now up in orbit. Let's go ahead and do one thing first. We'll take and deploy our solar panels, which will start recharging our batteries. Go ahead and open all the docking ports, so that way it's always ready for new shipments to come in. And of course, to make it a little bit brighter in space, we have lights. These are the aviation lights. They do provide quite a bit of light on a pretty drab looking ship. And there will be more lights as parts are added. Now, out here, excuse me, need to add a maneuver. This is going to circularize our orbit ever so slightly. 122, 123. That is going to be close enough for me. I would put it in a higher orbit, but I think this will be good enough for what it needs to be. And there will be a fuel portion of the station as well. This is a very large project I'm undertaking, actually, just for a space station around Kerbal. Later time, though, I want to send something similar out to either Duna, Eve, or possibly out to Jewel. I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet or not. But that'll be in obviously a much future episode. That's only a 10-second burn to circularize it. The orbit, or the launch took a little bit of a turn. I was able to recover it, but I had to burn through a lot of fuel to do it. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver node for 20 seconds before. And, oops, back on that node. Back on that node. Now we'll go ahead and time warp. The ship is kind of bouncy, so I don't want to time warp too much because it might start spinning out of control. Obviously, we're going to start hitting the dark side of the planet, which I kind of love this cupola just for this view. I always love looking like that. And we'll just wait for our maneuver time to be ready, and we'll burn it up. And then comes the next part. Had I thought about it, I would have put parachutes on this to save some of it. But I wasn't thinking at the time, and wasn't that concerned with it. We've got enough funds. Yeah, it does flex a little bit. Mostly just because of this joint right here. Oops, wasn't even paying attention. Just go ahead and burn ourselves up. Slowly. There we go. Now comes the fun part. We're in a pretty decent orbit. Just about a kilometer's distance. Let's go ahead and decouple the node. Go ahead and tilt it this way. Just let that drift away. Well, this is... And we'll just let that drift off into a fiery doom. Now we can go ahead and rotate this up and center it. As day becomes night around Kerbal. And it gives you a nice shot of what it's going to look like as it rotates around the planet. There we are. And I just want to check in on the probe. Uh-oh. Back to space. Oh, no. Well, I guess I'm going to call that an episode. Because apparently the game decided it didn't like me no more. And we'll see what happened. Hopefully nothing too major has happened. But if you liked the episode, please like... Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut real quick. And I'll see what happened. So I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Okay, I don't know what happened. I just restarted the game. Everything's fine. It's just a matter of having to deorbit this thing. So let's go ahead and time warp. Let's make sure here. Yeah, he's doing fine. I figured I'd end with this first. Go ahead and physics warp down. Since this will be an expensive little explosion. I can't talk today. And that's 90 plus kilometers above us, but we can't see it. Although we can see one of the planets right there. And two more right there, along with Mun, and one more right there. My hope is that maybe by the time the station's complete, the distant object mod will take over, and I can get a shot of it at night. Let's go ahead and... Oh, not enough reaction, or not enough power to turn them on or off. That's fine. So we did lose quite a bit of funds, but we're still fine. We're still in the black. And this should be starting to burn up here. Okay, can we see anything yet? Nope. Go ahead and just speed up a little bit. Uh-oh, there it comes. That's up to 900 degrees. That's only at 300, so that might actually survive. Oh, no, there it goes. It's over 300 now. Oh, don't tell me this thing's going to actually survive. Come on, burn up. Oh man, this isn't burning up. Yeah, I think I need to adjust deadly reentry. Well, let's go ahead and time warp ourselves down. Because apparently this thing does not know enough how to explode. I wanted a milder form of deadly reentry, but not that mild. This thing should have blown up. That's okay. There we go. Go ahead and close. Go to the Space Center. So yeah, I'll have to adjust that again. Let's go back and take a look at the space station and what the plans are for it for now. In future episodes, my hope is to bring up 2 Kerbals at a time. Oops. To take and add to the modules that I'll be able to run. There will be a habitation ring. That'll probably be one of my first modules I stick on here. Oops. Which way are we? There we are. We want the sun at the back. And right like that. The other one will be the agricultural pod, which will be on there. But of the first modules, I want at least a habitation ring and one other ring. I forget which one it is. Or not ring, parts. There'll be something with spare parts, patch kits, and machinery, and there was one other one which should help this stay. Let's see here, we'll turn on the governor. Purify, not enough patch kits. Air filter, not enough patch kits. No space for more. Okay. Well. Activate habitat. Not enough biomass. Activate compost. No space for compost. Okay, well, for now. Well, let's go ahead and turn on these governors. Just so we have them. Okay, it's replacement parts, patch kits, and something else that I'm completely blanking for some reason today. It'll be a storage container that hangs right off the side of the habitation ring. And on this side we'll probably have substrate, everything else that's needed. So that way the dirt and everything's on different sides. Then we'll have a repair shop on here and a machine shop on the other side with part cans that'll hold the parts for those. And then down here will be the fuel station, along with escape pods and everything else. Oh, the power distribution, that's the one I'm forgetting. The power distribution will probably be at the bottom as well, with bigger solar panels. I don't think the solar panels are really needed, but hey, you never know. Extend panels, I don't know why those ones didn't open. Huh. That was weird. But we have all our solar panels out now. So for now, it's self-sustaining. So in the next episode, I may or may not have the habitation ring or the greenhouse over here. I may just bring both up and do it that way first, and then bring up the parts on a secondary mission. I haven't decided yet. Or we may go out to Minmus, because I do have a contract for Minmus. As well as Ike and Duna. But those aren't coming up for about another year, and we're not going to worry about those as they'll be probe missions. Let's see, did you see anything out here? No. Although it is kind of neat how it looks kind of glossed over like it's cold. What do we have here? Left the emergency slide in the bottom right. Huh. P.S. I hate all the snacks. Oh no, not snacks. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode a little short today, I think. It might be longer now. If you like the episode, please like, favorite, subscribe. Leave comments below, of course, as always. And until next time, guys, have fun.